it's working.
I'ma get funky.
Alien 8 UK.
I'ma get crazy. I'ma get loose. I'ma get hazy, hazy, hazy. I'ma take a ride. 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 Take me to your leader, take me to your leader, take me to your leader. 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 Yeah, yeah. Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. Ellie, 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 Ellie,
Signal acquisition initiated. Cross-referencing anomaly archives. Pattern recognition complete. Aether 8 online.
Hello and welcome to the UFO Files with two amazing guests and one amazing co-host. So we have Dolly Safran and Preston Dennett, and my co-host Abby Dent. Welcome.
Hello.
And thank you all for joining.
It's so lovely to meet you, Preston and Dolly. I've been looking forward to this one.
That's an honor.
Yeah. It's always good. Right, so where should we start? It's that you guys decide, entirely up to you.
Preston, you go. You do it.
All right. Well, I mean, first of all, thanks for having us on the show. It's awesome. We're both keeping very busy, Dolly and I. I'm currently working on the sequel to the first book I wrote about her case, Symmetry, A True UFO Adventure. Dolly is, of course, a contactee. And honestly, probably my favorite, certainly that I've ever interviewed, but really overall, because she's had so many experiences. I mean, really the most extensive case I've ever heard of in terms of being fully conscious, not needing hypnosis, no fear, working directly with the ETs. And what's amazing to me is, I vetted her case for, 6 years. 100 hours of interviews, not kidding, and still ongoing. But talked to her, her family, her friends. She opened up her medical records to me, so she's got verification of implants that I've seen and healings and so forth. Photographic evidence, which I have some queued up. But really, ultimately, because you don't know until you know. I saw the UFOs. We met, and I saw the ship. And on my birthday, best birthday present ever.
Wow.
2022, I was taken on board.
Wow.
Her craft,
Ooh.
Talata, which we can certainly talk about. So,
Most
her case is so amazing. And now I know it's real because I was there. I met Mama, her main contact, a tall gray. Best experience I've ever had. So how's that for a start?
That's a pretty hard to beat start. Yeah.
I think that's the best opener we've had, to be fair.
Yeah.
It
works.
It is. It's gotta be. That's
All right,
a good
Dolly.
intro.
Yeah. That's readable.
I want to bring up an incident that happened while he was vetting me. I was living in Savannah, Georgia, in Pemberton, and Pembroke, excuse me. And I was recuperating from having a transplant. I have a kidney transplant. And we were on the phone, and it was a really cold day that day, and nobody was at the house but me. And I was sitting in the living room looking out the door outside because the wind was howling. It was really cold, and so it's the glass outer door, was shut, but the inner door was open, so I could see out. They had a big farm, and I'm talking to him, and across from the front of the house is a big field, and it had some trees that hadn't been taken down yet, and a copse of trees, and then you could see where the cows would go to the right, and it was about 500 yards away from me, that copse of trees, and I'm staring at it, and I had really long vision. Back then I had 20/10 vision, and I'm talking to him on my little Motorola cell phone back then, and I said, Preston, I see something, and he's like, well, what do you see? And I said, I'm not sure. And I'm thinking, what the heck is that? And I'm looking at something, and I'm like, what the heck is it? It's not a deer. It's not a cow. And it's looking at me. I mean, looking at me. And I feel presence, And I said, what the heck? And I stood in the doorway right by the door. And it stood up in that second. And it was like over 10 feet tall. Straight up. It was a mantid.
Wow.
Freaked out. I said, oh my God, I'm looking at a mantid. I think that's a mantid. And I dropped the phone and went out. Now I had taken pictures of it when it was squatting down, but when it stood up, all bets were off. And I shot out that door. I was wearing a t-shirt and shorts in the cold, no shoes, nothing, and went running across to go talk to it, and it decided to walk away, which outmatched me. I mean, after a transplant, I'm not really running. Okay. I was trying to keep up with it. And I said, who are you? What are you? Why? And he said, we're the watchers to me. And he said, we watch over you. And then he was gone. He was that fast. He was gone. And I went running back into the house. Now the phone's hung up. I don't know how long he stood on the phone. That's the question I got for you right now. But I called him back and said, look what I just saw him answered. Oh my God.
Wow.
We found the photo. Here, let me see if I can figure out how to put this up.
Yeah.
While you're putting the photo up, can I ask?
I need to be allowed. You don't allow streaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll let you sort that, Andy. While the lads are sorting that, can I just ask, you said they're watchers. Do you think they were monitoring your recovery to making sure that you're okay?
Eye on me,
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Allow.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, it's just going to show. Here, I have to pull this. Okay.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready, and then I'll bang it on the screen.
All right, hold on. All right, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, there's its head looking at me. Okay. And its head was flayed out. I didn't know what it was. At first, I'm not looking. It's got huge eyes and a long face that's triangular, and the head is kind of bigger in the back. And I'm like, what am I looking at? And it was sitting behind that stump. Okay. And when it stood up, I freaked completely out and screamed, Preston, it's a mantid. And that's when I dropped the phone because I was going to go talk to it. I was not going to play around.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I'm asking you, Preston, now, do you remember that day?
Do, of course.
Okay. What'd you think?
I was like, huh. Okay. Because we were still in the process of vetting you. And so I knew your case was real from the get-go. But you were very slow in kind of revealing how extensive it was. So it was, and I'm glad you were actually, because it would have been quite a bit to handle. But yeah, I'll certainly remember it. And it was amazing. Yeah, I'm like, wow, very cool. I can't see your guys' face right now. I can only see the picture. So
I wish I could have videotaped it, but we didn't have the ability to videotape really well on a Motorola. You know,
Yeah.
all I had was pictures, and it was a credit camera to begin with. But that's as good as it was. And but it was grayish.
There we go.
Colored, you know, it had 10 shades of brown in it a little bit. You know, it's and it was tall and a long bloody neck and long arms and long legs, and it stood up and literally, you know, I'm in the doorway, we're like eyeball to eyeball, and I went, oh no, I'm out the door that fast. I didn't care how cold it was, didn't care if I had shoes on or not. And it just was not going to let me confront it, but it did at least say we're the watchers, you know. And
which I've heard from other people. I love the mantis cases. I don't get a whole lot of them. I got one from this lady in Illinois who saw a 15-foot tall one. That's insane to me.
Yeah, I remember you saying that one. We spoke about that last time. Because the thing I remember you were saying about it, and I'm like, how tall was it? I just thought he was going to say like 6-7 foot. No, it's like nearly the size of a house.
10 feet.
Wow. That's what I usually get about 6 feet tall. I talked to another guy, a medic, Kevin Kamen. He had an encounter, a great witness, a Navy medic. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He saw
you can't get better than that.
Tall one. Yeah.
No. Wow.
I mean, what do generally people feel when they encounter these creatures? Because obviously when you're getting when you're getting lights in the sky and stuff like that, you feel it in your heart, you feel that resonance. But to come across something like that, I think I'd be a bit,
I think
what do I do sort of thing.
You know, someone like Dolly, she's okay with it. And a lot of people will absolutely get over that first flash of fear when they get communication from the ET, and they're like, it's okay, calm down, you're good.
Yeah.
We're not here to hurt you. And it can be a really loving experience, actually. I've had people tell me this exact phrase, a love like never before.
Yeah. A few people have said that to me as well. Earl was saying that the way when he had the encounter with the light beings, the feeling that he got from it was like, unless you experience it, you cannot explain it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a divine love, isn't it? It's nothing that equates to a human experience or anything familial or relationship wise or pet wise, or, you know, it's something that goes beyond that, isn't it?
Yeah. I felt incredible intelligence
next level.
You know, and no avarice, you know, no hate or anything. It had no negative nothing, you know. And when it was watching me, I knew I was being watched. I felt it. I could feel it. And because I was drawn directly toward where it was. When it stood up and it looked me dead in the face, I was like, wow. And all I wanted to do was go see it. But I was just out of surgery. I mean, I was literally just there about a week, and I had just gotten out of the hospital 3 weeks prior, you know. And I think it was afraid to let me hurt myself running after it, you know. Because I had lots of stitches, lots of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, credit to you running after it whilst recovering from a kidney transplant. I mean, that's a feat in itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just saw that comment from Heidi Hansen. Looking forward to Symmetry 2. I read it as Symmetry 23. I'm like, whoa.
Ah, the heart.
Oh, yeah.
There's a 3 next to it. Yeah. Like, whoa, okay, we probably could. Hi, Heidi.
You've got 21 books missing, Preston.
But I saw that question from O.G. Goo.
Yeah, I was going to do that next, so that was good timing.
Okay.
So this is from Elaine Ogg. So she wants to know, Preston and Dolly, I remember you saying to Preston that the ETs told Dolly to find you to tell you her story. Did they ever explain why and how they knew you?
Yeah, I when I first came out, they talked to me for almost a year before I decided to come out. It was a long process of briefing me on what I could expect to happen. And when I finally made the decision I was doing it, I went out and started looking around the UFO community to find somebody to speak with. And I was having a hard time because I had a hard time with everybody's ethic, I guess, the only way to put that. And I was looking for somebody who was going to tell dead up, straight up, the facts, truth, unfiltered and uncommented on. And came back to Kraft and Talata, knew that I was upset about it. And he said, well, I have somebody in mind for you and would like you to look him up. And I said, okay. And he said, go get a piece of paper and a pencil. I had in my bunk room, I had paper and pencil for myself. I could take notes when I needed to. And so I came back and he said, Preston Dennett spelled it for me. And he said, look him up online. I said, okay. And I briefly questioned that specific person, and he said, this is who we think is going to match up with what you're looking for and who will be an honest, reputable person to tell. And I went, okay. And I didn't think at that time to ask them why him specifically, what are you thinking? How do you know him? I didn't think that at all. I was just desperate to get somebody. I went online when I got back and I found him on Weebly.com and I found his email address and I emailed him and he emailed me back within 24 hours. And it just went on from there, We started talking back and forth. He was a little,
Tell me that, by the way. Not for a while. He eventually did.
Yeah. I had seen a video that he put online. That's how I was impressed with him. It was a video of him way back when he was doing healings at a not a UFO con, but a consciousness group.
Expo, something like that, yeah.
In LA. Yeah. And he was doing his healings book. And I freaked. I was like, oh my God, he knows what he's talking about. He absolutely knows what he's talking about. This is somebody who has done his homework. And I could hear the fact that he was repeating what people said word for word. Okay. He was making no comments on it, making no conclusions or anything. And the ones that he did vet, he could give the information toward what he vetted. In other words, he was laying out straight on data, very good data. I thought, well, okay. And that's why I called him, wrote him, and then we phone called after that. And it just was on from that. It took him 6 years. And when I was, after my kidney transplant, he sent me a book. He was putting me in one of his books. I was like, what? You're doing what? And he said, I'm putting a little thing about you and onboard UFO encounters. And I was like, oh. And he said, can I use your real name? And I said, of course you can. And he sent it to me FedEx where I was staying. And I was like, wow, my cat instantly went to the book. She was smelling it and touching it.
Wow.
Okay, she likes it.
Always a good sign.
Yeah.
And I read the book and I was like, oh, no. He put a blurb in there about me, a little chapter. And after that, he said, let's write a book. And I said, okay. And we went from there. And that's about the time after that. It took another, I don't know, maybe almost a year after that. He was doing the UFO MegaCon in Laughlin, Nevada. And I wanted to go. And he said, sure. And I said, I'll come sell books for you. He had a table and everything. I said, I'll sell your books for you. I want to come.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So I went and I got an Airbnb. And my friend, Yvonne Watson, who's a researcher as well, paranormal researcher, met me in Las Vegas. I was living in Florida by then. I had moved from Pembroke to Florida. And Talata said, okay, let's do this. Because he knew I wanted pictures of him and video of him. I had not been able to get anything before then because, it's really hard to work that out, okay, after what I've been doing all this time. And he said, I will follow you in your jet. I will go with you to Las Vegas. I will follow you to the Airbnb and you'll get a chance to get me on film. So he flew with me when I got on the jet in Panama City. We flew to Dallas and then we flew to Las Vegas and landed. And sure enough, the people in Las Vegas spotted him. It was on the news even. MUFON has 3 sightings of him that night. Okay. Well, 2 that day, that night, and 1 the next day. And we rode in her car from Las Vegas through the Mojave to get to Laughlin and then Bullhead City, right across the river where the Airbnb was. And Preston couldn't get there right away that night. He was doing, what is it?
Coast to coast.
coast to coast. So it was just me and Yvonne that night, and I was already exhausted and tired. I'd been up for like 24 hours, and he came down, and we got him on film, and I got some stills of him, and I got a lot of video of him with her and me watching him.
Yeah.
And then the next night, Preston showed up, and he couldn't come back because the Air Force was already on to him.
Oh,
he couldn't change those encounters.
To us, they followed us from the convention to our Airbnb.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not kidding.
Like a hawk. Yeah.
I've had that in Wiltshire. It's freaky. It is freaky.
It is. I've never had that, but yeah, we pulled off the freeway, and I'm like, gosh, that guy's pulling off with us, and I didn't think anything of it until we made another turn and another, and I'm like, Dolly, I think someone's following us. We made like 5 more turns. It was pretty off in a little spot.
Yeah.
They followed us right to the Airbnb and parked in front of the driveway, blocking us.
Yeah.
Yeah. In your face.
I walked to the car and I went, leave. And he backed up. He didn't go forward. He backed up and waited for us to pull out and then followed us to the convention. And I was like, well, thank you very much. And it's annoying.
So when they start showing up everywhere you go out for something to eat and they're at the next table and they're listening, they're watching, then, everywhere you go, they're just there.
They might just be super fans. You never know.
They could be.
God, if that was what
I doubt it, but
no, they followed me.
Still be creepy.
Yeah.
I gave Preston tons of video of them watching me and stuff.
Yeah.
And things that would happen while they were doing it. I'm bold, so every now and then I'd walk out to their car with cookies and juice boxes.
Yes.
Just made these. One guy, I'm not so sure I'm taking this from you. And I bit one and ate it in front of him. And he went, okay, hand it to us. And I handed him cookies. And
control cookie. The others were.
Wow.
I like that. You do though. You interact with them. They freak out. They're like, we've been spotted. We're not exactly being covert, but we've been spotted.
Filming me.
Yeah.
That was my thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they ever say why and what they was doing? Obviously, why, but did they ever explain to you why they was doing it?
Oh, they were trying to pick me up. They wanted their hands on me. This has been an ongoing problem for me since I was 5 years old. I mean, I've almost
been hands on the craft too.
Ah, right. So they want to know what you know, basically.
Yeah, but going back to when Dolly told me, like, well, they told me about you. I'm like, what? Really? Because I had known that the ETs were aware of me about a few years into it, because I started having sightings myself. I started having indications. Like, I asked this lady to go on cable television, and she came back a couple of days like, I can't do it. The ETs showed up. They know about this. They said it's not time. I'm like, oh, well, how would they do know? And had some lady tell me, oh, well, the ETs referred me to you. I didn't really believe her, but it was right after Dolly told me this. I got a call from a guy in England who said the same darn thing. He called me out of the blue, didn't say anything. He said, I had an encounter. The Greys, they told me that, we're messing around with nuclear power and we shouldn't be doing this and all of this kind of stuff. And he's like, have you heard this before? I'm like, yeah, certainly. And basically he just wants someone to talk to. So we talked for an hour. He's like, okay, you've helped me a lot. Thank you so much. Just one more thing. This encounter occurred this morning. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. He says, yeah, it was Gray's. And they gave me your name and told me to call you. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, wow. They know all of us. They know you, Abby. They're listening, I'm sure, to this show.
Oh, yes.
Not kidding. They are really on top of things. And if you've seen a UFO, even, once, more than likely, this was intentional. They showed themselves to you. They want everyone to know that they're here.
I'm missing at the minute. I haven't seen a UFO for a couple of months now. I'm like, He's like, where have you gone? Come back.
Not here right now.
Not here right now.
No.
Yeah. I've not seen any this year. So.
No, I haven't this year at all.
They bucked out. They're not here. If you see something in the sky, it's other. You know what I mean? And from here. And you all need to think about that, critically think about what that means.
Yes.
the reason I was told finally why they knew Preston, and that is he was practically born ready to write. Okay.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a writer from early on in his life.
I knew I was going to do it. Yep.
Obsessed with it. And when he came into understanding or awareness of everything that's going on, he really became obsessed, and he became it his life's mission. And they knew that. And he's probably one of the most honest, humble people I've ever met in my whole life. And I think that's what they were.
You need the halo to appear now.
Yeah. So, but that was the reason why they knew I was frustrated, because everybody else that I spoke to wanted, I don't even know how to explain it. They just weren't completely honest, forthright, with what they were reporting and everything. I mean, you
didn't have the right intentions.
No.
Want the story? They'll chew you up like a piece of old chewing gum and then spit you out.
Yeah, you don't need that.
It's not what it's about. No,
it's not. We're privileged enough to experience these things, and I consider it a massive privilege. And it's just I don't know why, but one day it might reveal itself as to why, or maybe this is it. Is just to get the word out there to other people and make people feel comfortable who have experiences as well, so they don't feel like they're so isolated.
I think it's time that everybody understood that ET's been trying to deliver disclosure to you, the people, not anybody else, but to the people. And they've had a long time to do it, and they've been doing it for a reason. There is a reason why they want you to know, because eventually they're coming here to help make rescue. And they want you to be aware of what's going on around you at all times right now.
Yeah.
We're living in strange times, right? And strange things are happening around us, and not everybody is quite sure what the heck's going on. And ET is very well aware of what all that means. And they will eventually show up in force all over the planet, all at the same time. They'll land everywhere you could possibly imagine. And somebody like me is going to stick your head out the window and go, "Come now, get on, and make a rescue."
I've heard that message from a lot of contactees. The sky filling with craft, everyone getting on board. It was very cool to hear Dolly describe this in such detail. We're going to go into that in the next book.
Oh, wow.
Symmetry 2. There's some really interesting things that we haven't explored in the first book, like what the ETs taught her about different dimensions, psychic abilities, some of the mysteries on our planet that everyone's wondering, like what's in the bag that the Egyptian hieroglyphs have. Those? Yeah, she knows.
God gets the heaven. That when it's charged, it gets really big. Gets a big sphere. Yeah. And when I'm on board flying craft, I go in. My consciousness is transferred into that sphere so that it can meet up with the craft itself. Because the craft is conscious. It's sentient. It's a person. Okay.
Yes.
And we fly together. We become one, and we fly psychically the whole way through.
Oh wow.
And, so I lose my own eyesight and I gain the sight of the craft. My hearing becomes the hearing of the craft. Everything. I become craft with, Talada. He's my dude on craft.
Yeah.
And
are alive, essentially.
Yeah. It's all over ancient history. Every civilization has got hieroglyphs of different, people, civilizations carrying the bag.
Yes.
And they've never been able to put it all together. And it's like, no, it is all together. They're showing you, this is a pilot. He's holding his dodecahedron. I don't carry mine now because I opted to stay back to keep the message going out to y'all. It was important to me to do that. Mine is on craft, but when they come back, believe me, I'm back on board and I'm flying, and I have a bag.
It's so interesting because Dolly led me through all the hieroglyphs, and there's different stuff, not just the bag. There's the little watch. There's these like palm trees and stuff, and pine cones, and all of this stuff.
The rods of power.
Yeah.
They're all actual things. And she explained it in a way like really connected the dots. It was astonishing because if you go online and people have all these theories, and it's all over the place. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
okay, now I understand what's going on here.
It's the Mayans. They have all the same inferences to what all this is.
Yes.
And Göbekli Tepe has a lot of it as well, but you're not allowed to see what's in there now. They've shut it down. So
yes, funny that.
There's the question right there from the sober Carper.
There you
Dolly
go.
can explain this. What are the watches used for that a lot of them wear in these?
It's the entrance to what you start the dodecahedron with, the energy you energize it with. Mine has been implanted into my hand. I have an implant in my hand, and I use my own body energy to ignite it, and I can make it bigger that way. And I have control. And I think it was just before my 19th birthday. It was somewhere between 18 and 19 when I had it implanted into my hand. That's a story all by itself. And it's going to be.
Doctors are always like, "What's in your hand? what is that?"
I have an implant. It's right here in my hand.
Wow. So what would happen if you was to remove that implant?
What if I refuse to remove it?
What if you removed it? What if you just thought, you know what, I don't want it anymore? They'd
probably try to put another one on me really, really fast. And I don't dare do it now because they're not here to help me with that. I did remove one implant that I had. I had one up in my sinus right here. And I'm a retired registered nurse. Yeah. I have scalpels and clamps and stuff, every nurse does. And it was bothering me. And I started poking at it. And I used a retractor and got up in my nose and I got a hold of it. And I used the scalpel to make the slit and I popped it out and it landed on the table in front of me. And I'm looking at it and it was silver, very specific metallic.
What exactly did it look like?
A little,
if you don't mind me asking.
A Tic Tac. You Tic Tac you eat, mint.
Yep.
That size.
Oh, Andy!
I had one up in my nose. Back there, and I was literally elbow deep inside my own nose, pulling it out. Stupid o'clock in the morning, and it was about the same size as a grain of rice, but it was hollow in the middle.
Yep.
And it's about so big, about 2-3 millimeters thick, including the hollow. I think it looked white. I put it on the bedside table.
It hits oxygen, it fuzzes over and turns white, and then it totally disintegrated itself because I put it in bed and it was all wood.
Oh my god, I've got goosebumps.
Oh my god!
I, like you were saying,
did they put it back? Nurse. Did they put a new one back in your nose?
They not. Most Contactees, I don't know.
Another one. At it, I can pick it. I can take my finger.
My hand was covered in blood. I could smell. I could smell and taste blood, but I was that tired, that exhausted from trying to get out. I just I'll deal with it in the morning.
Yeah.
Went to sleep. Got up in the morning. No blood anywhere. No grain of rice. No tic-tac, nothing.
Right over. Yeah. I have another one in the top of my thigh, and that one's mostly it monitors my health and it knows I'm alive. And it doesn't like certain people either. I'll show it to people and it'll move deep and I feel it go in. And then some people it's perfectly fine and it'll let you feel it, And if you got one behind your ear, that's the most common spot for them to be.
I've got one there because I've got a lump on one side.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. I just have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a lump behind me right ear, but not on the left. And I've had that from as far back as I can remember. And you can see where my ear attaches to the back of my head, it's like the skin comes down.
Yeah.
It's not on one side, it's on the other. And I just thought, it's just nature. It's just how I've biological.
When I was small, I had one behind my left ear and I would not let it alone. I pawed at it all the time. It was just driving me nuts. And they took it out, and that's why it ended up in my sinus after that.
See, I've always had this weird thing on my arm. It's just a lump, and everyone goes, "Oh, it's your BCG," but it actually came up years after I had my BCG injection. So it's just this bright purple, just type thing, just there.
You never know.
I have a photo of one that a lady sent me. If you want to pull it up.
Oh yes, please. Come in, I'm getting all excited now.
Oh no!
Well, as soon as Dolly said Tic Tac, I'm like,
and the nose.
The size
it's ready to go, so you can pull it up right now.
There we go.
It's right here.
Oh God,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the tooth.
Oh yeah,
No, if there's a better picture of it.
it's in the jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right
right on the
right
jaw
there.
line, isn't it?
Right there.
Oh
So
my
yeah, this
God.
lady called me up.
Wow.
She went to the dentist. Her son, the dentist, freaked out. They're like, "What's this under your tooth?" The tooth is asymptomatic. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It disappeared in one of the X-rays. Here's the
Oh.
whole sequence. You can see the actual date or timestamps. It was
Yep.
there,
Ah.
and it wasn't, and then it came back.
Wow.
So I'm just checking my jawline to see if I've got any others.
I've just had a load of dental X-rays. I know there's not one in my jaw.
Oh, sorry, I pulled up
Yeah,
the
but-
screen. So
Oh, infinity.
fine.
That's pretty funky.
Yeah, there we go. That is so interesting. That really
That
is.
is. Thing is, I've
Yeah,
never
it's-
wanted to even acknowledge that might be. I was just thinking, okay, it's just a weird mark that just is raised on my skin that just came up one day.
all
It's like Dolly
contactees
said.
have them, I think.
Yeah.
That mind was bugging me, and I just woke up.
Oh, it bothered
probably
me
about-
too. And I don't know why, except that I got hit in the face and it moved it. Okay. And that's what I think that's what happened. And it was driving me crazy and I couldn't stand it anymore. And I was so determined to get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something must have activated, something had happened to whatever it was in my nose, because up until that point, I didn't even know that was there.
I know.
And
This
I could
never
feel
vibrated.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
know it's
behind,
there. Yeah.
it was behind the membrane.
Yeah.
I was like literally ripping the inside of my nose to get into
That's
it.
why I used the scalpel. I just went boop, and I used the retractor.
Like, fingernails.
Popped it out.
Wow.
jaw.
You
They
guys are
always-
hardcore. Definitely hardcore.
They will come right back and put it back in. I've talked to people
Yeah.
who
did.
Well,
popped
that
it
was
out.
the thing. I took it out and I fell to sleep straight away, and I've not done that since being a kid. And I
No.
slept solid till about 10, 11 o'clock the next day, because I wasn't working at the time.
Wow.
And it's like I couldn't find anything, but my hands had been clean. I was clean. There's no blood on the pillow, nothing on the bed sheet,
Nothing on your
nothing.
fingernails, because
For your benefit, by the way. These are not for
Yeah.
cracking you. They're
Right.
not for mind control. It's
No.
generally to monitor health, boost your immune system, measure levels of pollution,
Right.
perhaps enhance communication.
Ah,
Ah.
Mostly
Yeah.
good things. I mean,
Could
really
be.
all good things. What am I saying? Yeah. It's very
It's
cool.
crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I know.
one, yeah, never felt anything bad from it.
No.
But then if you put one back straight away, that was, I'd say, 2012, 2013.
Okay.
So about 13, 14 years ago, or
First
thereabouts.
Yeah. Things for me happen rapidly with them. So it's like they weren't going to let me go without having it. And one of my thighs has never been touched. I won't let anybody go near it. I'll show it to people, but I won't let you
Touched
no.
it.
No.
It liked me.
Yeah.
It did not go away. Because they can move, they can disappear, they can come back. I don't know how they do that. That's crazy to me.
It vibrates every now and then for
Oh.
some reason. I can feel it go,
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
vibration. And it's like, what the heck is that? And I don't get anything from it. It just does it every now and then. And I
Yeah.
don't know if it's helping me in some way.
See, I get,
because it has to do with my
I get a
health.
twitch there.
Activation.
I just thought it's like a nerve. No, you're like when your eye twitches, but it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
just the side of the back of your nose.
Yeah.
It could be a sign. Yeah, I've had people say they could actually hear it, a high-pitched tone sometimes, or vibrates. I think sometimes people will sense the UFOs coming, and that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Does it ever go numb? Just out of curiosity, just that the area just feels like it's
No.
not.
Well,
not
I don't feel it when I touch it. It
Soft
doesn't
touch,
bother
you can't
me.
feel it.
Something that hard would, because it's substantial, the one on my leg, and you'd think that would bother me, but it doesn't. I
Yeah.
showed one of my doctors and he felt it and he said, "What is that?" And I said, "You tell me." He said, "I don't know." And I said, "Is a cyst like that?" And he said, "No, that's not a cyst. I don't know what that is."
Hmm.
I was like, "Okay." And he said, "It could be a piece of bone, or it could be, did you get shot? You know,
Mm.
and he said, well, whenever you want to have it looked at. And I said, no, I'm fine with it. I just wanted your opinion. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, you know. Now, one of my hand, I had my rheumatologist did a baseline because I have arthritis. Okay. And he did a baseline, and the girl was doing my hand, and she stopped dead when she put it on there. She looked at me and she said, what is that? And I said, why? And she said, it's in a crown of bone, and it's an object in your hand. And I said, she said, do you know this here? And I said, no. And I just kept my mouth, played stupid. And then the doctor saw it, and he said, we're not going to discuss this. And I went, okay.
So they know, basically.
I think they do. And
yeah.
I've gotten some indication of that. There was a guy in Ohio who took his daughter to the dentist, and they found an implant via an X-ray. And he went to a couple of doctors, and they just completely played dumb, wouldn't talk about it, so don't pay no attention to it. He finally found a doctor who shut the door, opened his desk, pulled out this document from the government. This is what the witness says. I can't confirm this. Slid it across the desk, and the doctor told him, if you tell anybody I showed this to you, I will deny it. I could lose my license. And it was basically, he says, a document from the government which says, if you find an alien implant, you are not to pay attention to it. Don't remove it. Don't do anything about it under penalty of losing your job, fines, imprisonment, and so forth. Quickly took the document away before he could really get a good look at it.
Wow.
I've gotten some other indications of this. One guy, he would set off metal detectors, went to the doctor because he had a whole memory of all of this.
Yeah.
And got an X-ray, and there it was, of course. He wanted that X-ray. Told his doctor over and over, and the doctor played dumb and finally said, okay, here's your X-ray. It was not the X-ray. It had been doctored or, erased out.
Yeah.
So the doctor was not cooperating. I don't know how much they know, but I think some know something.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Michelle in her hand now because the doctor totally downplayed that.
I'm thinking sliders. If it's affecting EMF,
well, that would explain a lot.
That's the slider. Yeah,
I
that explains a lot with me.
Phenomenon. I have to be very careful. I can't wear watches.
Nope.
I have my phone. I have to be careful.
I said this the other day.
Yeah.
EMF
I can wear a digital watch. I put a battery watch on.
Zero out of everything.
No,
people
can't
come and do TV things, and they bring all their batteries and all their cameras and all their data boards and all, and I shut them all down. Every time we've had one, they're like, it would chew the battery up every 15 minutes. He said, thank God I brought 4 of them, and he'd have to redo it. And the last guy that came, he said, look at that, my board is gone, it died. He said, it's practically brand new. What the heck is that? And he's looking at me really funny because his batteries were croaking, and I said, it'll be fine when you get home. It'll come back up. He went home, and that night he called me and he said, well, it's working. And I said, yeah, I know. I think I have something I'm disruptive for some reason. What's in my hand, it causes me immeasurable problems.
I think it's your bioelectric field because I hear this from other people.
That's blown my mind.
Because I can make things work that are not plugged in without a battery. Only for a few seconds. I'm like, how the hell? It's not even, there's no power going to it.
It's expensive because you break stuff too and have to replace it.
Yeah, I know.
The light bulb bill of Contactees is off through the roof.
Yes.
So many light bulbs.
Yes. Especially when you're stressed.
Ones that aren't supposed to go off, they have lived for a year or two, and I'm popping them all the time. We spend a lot of money on light bulbs.
Oh, yes.
And
I heard about this. I walked into my bathroom, which had 4 vanity light bulbs, and I pointed at one, and I'm like trying to make it go off. I couldn't do it. Went back the next day, turned on the light. The one right next to it went out.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, my mind is blown.
My aim was off.
Yeah. Just going back to what Preston said about the ringing noises. So during lockdown, I'd wake up in the night hearing ringing noises.
Yeah.
No one else heard them.
Yeah. I'd
wake people up like, please tell me you can hear that. Like, don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Are you dreaming?
Yeah.
And it's not, I call it tinnitus. I don't know. That's how I pronounce it because of struggle.
Yeah.
It's not that, because I would have it on a regular basis.
All the time. Yeah.
And this is just random. It could be 3-4 times a month and then nothing for about 8-12 months before it does it again. And it's a different tone. It's not the same singing tone. It's always a different high, low, you know, like when you have the frequency app and you can listen to the different tones. It's like that, a different frequency every single time.
I know. I was sitting outside in the back of the house one night, and I was videotaping one coming down for me. During lockdown, Talata never came for me. They'd send a smaller one, you know, like the sports model that...
sports model. I like that.
One. And I'm filming it as he's coming down, and he's coming down really slow. He's in Panama City near an Air Force base. And I'm watching him, and he's shining a light around to see who's around us before he went to pick me up. And my son-in-law got up in the middle of the bloody night. I don't know. Came out, and my chair where I was sitting was right by the door to the back, you know, to the porch. And he slammed me with it. I went, oh, and he took off. And he said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm not doing anything now. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, I don't want to talk about it. And I finally showed him the video a couple of days later. And I said, you interrupted a process. And he went, oh my God, because you can see it coming down for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, light is shining around. And it's like, oh my God. And that's the first I admitted to them that I had stuff going on, because I was living with my daughter and my son-in-law for a while. Yeah. And I said, you got to know, because this is my life and you're going to see stuff. Yeah. My daughter already knew what this meant. My daughter was aware, and she's a contactee, but her husband was not. And so we had to break him in a little bit. And he got over it after a while. You know, he's like, okay, I'm okay. And it took.
Do you think this runs in families then?
Queued up.
You got it?
Do you think this runs in families then? Because my mom's had a lot of stuff happen. I mean, she'll set off the security stuff, you know, the anti-theft stuff in shops.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. She'll always sets it off, literally.
That's funny.
It's 100% generational. If you're having any kind of level of contact, your children probably will, and your
my
parents,
granddad
or
as
maybe
well,
aunts or uncles. It's not necessarily the parent. Siblings. Usually picks on one person in the family in particular. You know, there's 6 kids in my family. I'm the one who's most of it, but 2 others have had missing time.
Yeah, my mum and my uncle, they had stuff
I've got
growing up. Go on, Andy, sorry.
Yeah, I've got 40 odd cousins. My mum, there was 10 of them, 10 brothers and sisters. So they all know that I'm into this and what have you. Some of them just, it's not their thing. But out of all of them, I'm pretty much the only one that's had anything going on. No one else has ever spoke about it. We're all quite close. The age gap between the majority of us is something like 2 years between the eldest and youngest.
Yeah.
So there's probably about 15, 20 of us in that age range.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I only had one sibling.
I call myself the black sheep of the family.
Same, funnily enough.
What's the cat's name?
Oh, this is Jack. He is a regular on the podcast. He does like to get involved in this sort of thing.
Beautiful.
He started his own channel, I think, at this rate.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. You should. We're friends with somebody. His name is Michael Kennedy, and he's just started podcasting. And he's going to be doing all kinds of things, but he's going to be working toward that, UFO thing and disclosure and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That would be amazing.
For him, the more people we know, it seems to be like branching out all of a sudden,
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think more people are comfortable talking about it now than they were even 5-10 years ago. I mean, when I started broadcasting on the radio 15 years ago, it was hard push to get people to come and talk about their experiences. I mean, I interviewed Mike Oram a few times. Absolutely amazing man. He helped me figure out a lot of stuff with myself. Yeah. And I spoke to Ann Andrews because of what was going on with her son, Jason. So, yeah. I
so want to talk to her. I love them.
Oh, she's lovely. Absolutely. I think Jason's still my friend on Facebook, actually. I haven't spoken to him in ages, though.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cases out there.
Yeah.
He's very much okay with his encounters, so it's awesome. Wow.
Absolutely amazing. But it just helps. It helps you kind of like digest it, really, because if you don't understand it and you don't know what's going on, it can be quite scary, can't it? Unless you've got someone who you can relate to.
Right. It takes a while for people to like come into it. It's like when I'm a nurse, I was ER, and we'd have people come in, even here, who are terrified of doctors because they don't know what to expect. They've been ultra healthy their whole lives, never saw a needle in their life, and then suddenly they're in critical condition, and I have seen people put adrenaline on themselves so fast, they become so strong, and I get attacked, as a nurse. And I've been bitten, I've been spit on, I've been thrown across the room, and it's like, oh, just calm down, I'm not trying to kill you.
Yeah.
They only see it that way. They only see you as the enemy.
You're not even an alien. You're human. No. Well, mostly.
Exactly. And on the same thing, people come on board and they go dead solid. They freeze. They can't move. They're so afraid. They literally freeze. They almost become catatonic. And they'll stare at you. You see their eyes moving on you, but nothing's coming out of them at all. And we like to try to get you to calm down and get comfortable. So when I'm not flying, I'm come back in the back of the craft where everybody is, and I sit with y'all and talk to y'all, and we'll show you the craft. We'll take you on a tour. I'll let you sit in my seat. I'll show you things, on board, and say, this is cool stuff. You need to really think about what this means. Nobody's trying to
know here.
I've got a question.
It's so cool.
Okay. What's your
Go on,
question?
Andy.
Quick question for Dolly. So this is one of my things. It's been bugging me for the last couple of years, and I just never, ever, I've spoke about it, but never really asked anyone. How are the craft made? Are they manifested? Are they built like nuts and bolts? Is there different ways of doing it?
Well,
they're birthed.
They're not built in the third dimension. They're built actually in the fifth dimension.
Yeah.
By higher fifth dimensional beings, and they're light beings mostly. Okay. They're non-corporeal beings in the fifth dimension. And they use the materials that are acting the way they do in the fifth dimension. Like if you take a piece of aluminum with you and you take it to the fifth dimension, it's not going to act, it's not going to feel or look or operate the way it's supposed to a metal is. So it might even become more fluidy. Okay. So they build them there, and the craft are built to be alive. They're real living components. Okay. And then the beings themselves, once they're completed, they indwell into it. In the front of the craft, we call it the place of movement. That's where we fly. That's where the pilot is, in the place of movement. And there's a console in the very front, and that's where the being is indwelling into there. It's literally the mind of the craft, and the craft becomes its body. Okay. And they breathe. They need fuel, they need fluids, they need fuel, a type of food to eat. They produce, they have their own nervous system, everything. It's very much like the little AI grays, they're living as well, but they're android living. And so the craft is a living thing. It's the only way these fifth dimensional beings can come in to the third dimension, because it's a body that they can come in with. Okay. That they can actually physically That's why they're like that. And it takes them, I don't know, probably about, I'm talking from what I think about it, okay? Because I've never lived there long enough to see it, okay? Because I don't do well in the fifth dimension. Trust me, I don't. I just want to leave when I get there. I'm saying it probably takes them less than 6 months, if I'm reckoning time properly, before a craft is made. And it goes through a lot of vetting itself, because it has to be able to safely hold that entity, because that entity locks itself into that craft like we are locked in our body. Our consciousness is in our heart, attached to it. It's attached to that craft. And so
they make them. What's the biggest craft they have?
They have craft that are aircraft carrier size and larger,
Wow.
Yeah. And they have motherships that hold that size in them like it's nothing, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And they traverse through the universe. One of the reasons our show is called The Light Gate is because that's how they travel. They don't travel through conventional space. They go interdimensional. Okay. They create an interdimensional light gate and they jump through it. And so it's like Einstein's theory of folding space. They can go from here to halfway across the universe in about, I don't know, that far would be about 2 or 3 seconds. Boom, boom.
Wow.
Okay. And it's quite interesting to see it happen and be involved in it. And that's how they come. They're 1 billion years in advance of us, not thousands, not millions, billion.
Yeah.
How advanced they are.
You even imagine a long way, don't we? We can't even stop fighting each other.
We're very young as a species, sadly. We need our heads knocking together, or our hearts knocking together at least, so that we can have some resonance.
It's amazing.
One day.
You all have to understand as well is that we're their children. We're the children of them. We were placed here. Okay. And it's one of the reasons they keep tabs on us and make sure that we're all right. You know, and it's not just us that they worry about. It's the flora, the fauna, the animals that are on this planet. They're almost like gardeners and zookeepers themselves, because if a planet's going to be destroyed or it's in its last stages, they will have already taken as many off that planet as they can. All the DNA of them or actual live animals are in plants, and transplant them somewhere else. Or, you know, I'll give you 2 animals that I know are not from here. And we live with them every day. Giraffes are not from here. Nope. And platypuses are not from here. And they did that on purpose to give us an idea, you know, like, think about this. Think about this. Giraffe have 1 more vertebrae than we do, and they're ginormous animals. And if they hold their head down too long, they pass out.
Yeah.
Okay. What you think that's a natural habitat for them? You're wrong. No, it's not. Okay.
No.
They're very fragile creatures. If you get to 60 degrees with a, you know, Fahrenheit with a giraffe, they drop dead. Their metabolism goes bink, and they literally drop dead right there. They have to be in warmer temperatures all the time. Yeah. This planet does not experience that. There are even cold days in Africa, and it's very hard on them to be there.
Yeah.
I said about
sorry.
We was talking about different animals that we think are not from here. And I said giraffe. It doesn't fit in. For me, it doesn't fit into any other mammal species or anything. It's like, it's just the
long neck's almost like a remnant of I was going to say octopus.
I was going to say design of its skin, the markings on the fur, the length of the neck. The head, it just doesn't go with anything else.
No,
it's also an example, because the DNA of a giraffe is still written into our DNA as well. Your DNA contains all the DNA of all life and all species on this planet. We all have the same DNA. We just dial it up differently.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
your sound cut out.
You've gone silent, Dolly.
No,
getting a bit close to the truth there.
Yeah, someone else said platypus the other week when I said
might have to go out and go back in.
Tell the truth.
You're back.
You have in your DNA all the DNA of every living thing in the universe. We are our body, our DNA is the template of all life throughout the entire universe. All humanoid have a template. We're all bipedal. We all are sentient, cognizant. Animals fall into another, genus, species type, but they're sentient as well. You have more in common with a banana at times, some people, or leaves or grass, fruit. We all have that DNA in us. It's all locked into our cells. And it's a heads up when you see a giraffe and you go, they haven't figured out where they come from. They're reticulated giraffes. There's like 4 different species of giraffe, and they're like, or ethnicities of giraffe. And I'm like, how did that happen? Where are these things from?
Beautiful.
And and they know we have the DNA for it, but it's so far back in our DNA that they have to question.
Oh, it's like the long-necked dinosaurs, isn't it? That's what I used to think when I was a kid, that the giraffes were. They were like a remnants of the long-necked dinosaur.
I just knew the theory of evolution wasn't quite right when I saw giraffes. I'm like, there's no way that these crawled out of the ocean, 60 million years ago.
Oh, we're the missing. We haven't found the missing link for us yet, and I don't think we will.
Watson and Crick, when they discovered the double helix, they're like, both of them said, this looks designed to us. We're thinking extraterrestrial intervention here.
Yeah, when you're in the Babylon monuments and stuff like that, you see the tree that's intertwined, not the monument, that's DNA.
Yeah.
They're talking about
that's the thing. So with you saying that, Dolly, this is where I believe that the shared consciousness would come from. If we've all got the same DNA, we're sharing everything. And
all consciousness is connected. Every sentient being, including the grass, sentient. When I say sentient, I mean conscious. Even grass reacts, plants react. They know when they're being used to be fed to somebody, just like an animal knows when it's being used to be fed to somebody. They have brain waves, not like our brain waves, but they have waves of consciousness. And they won't put that all out on the table for you all to look at and go, oh yeah, I get this now. When ET says we are you are us, we are all one, that's exactly what they're talking about.
100 times, not kidding. That exact phrase they will tell people. It's so interesting. If you're not freaking out, completely panicking, they will absolutely talk to you. They will. They will give you a tour of the craft. They will sit you in the pilot seat. It's amazing to me when Dolly started confirming all of these things that I've heard piecemeal from other people. But absolutely, they'll take you down to the engine room, explain how it works in detail, show you other planets. They take people to Saturn all the time. That's one of the more common things. Or the moon.
Moon,
Funny thing that they're getting ready to go back to the moon now. And the reason they're doing it now is because ET left. They're not here. Our poles are changing and it's too dangerous for them to fly. They started crashing more and more and they said, that's it. It's up. Time is up. We have to leave. They won't come back until our poles finish changing. Okay. And there's a lot going on for us in the interim of that. And so all the people here that are in the know, the governments and, agencies, understand this. And that's why they're all headed back to the moon. Just saying.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's been a bug for me. Like they went in, was it 69, and they've not been back since, and they've left it.
Yeah, they left.
Apparently so. They've left it 50 odd years, and it's like, all right, we'll start going back now.
Yeah.
No.
Technically, I've been to the moon more times than NASA.
Well, you may as well throw a giraffe in the mix, haven't you?
20, 30 people have been to the moon. I'm like, no, it's a lot more than that. It's kind of the way you think.
Mine was more my consciousness, though. It was an involuntary out-of-body experience. So
that's your call. Listen, if you OBE, you can go anywhere in the universe you want to go, including our solar system. If you want to go sit on the moon, you go sit on the moon OBE. Have a good day. Go look at anything you want to see, anywhere you want to see it.
Yes, and we were saying this the other day. Sorry,
I would say this: the sun is not safe to go to. OBE, you should not even try. Energy is too much, and wouldn't make it.
Yeah, the time before last when Preston came on, he did how to astral project, and I keep sending people to the video to go back and go through it and listen and practice. And
he has a little thing that he'll send you. Like if you email him, he'll send you a little thing that'll give you the basics of how to start and begin it. He wrote it.
Page guide. It's very condensed. So you really do need to follow the steps, but anybody can do this. This is not a supernatural talent. It's absolutely natural. And we already are doing it.
Yeah, when we're dreaming. I can't get past the vibration stage. My logical brain kicks in and snaps me out of it. I've only ever done it.
Well, first thing the vibrations, Abby, you're there.
Yeah.
Ready.
I'm still, it's about 12 months ago, I think it was, when you come on last, and when you did the astral projection, I'm still at the vibration bit, but then literally I don't pass out, but I don't remember anything until I wake up like 10 hours later. I have no recollection of anything that's gone on. So
what you need to do is work on remembering. Remember your dreams. Work on remembering 2, 3. Once you get up to 4 or 5 dreams a night, then try it. If you can remember what's going on at night, then you can do it. But you have to learn how to do that.
Yeah. No, thank you for that.
I only remember dreams that are significant, not the usual everyday just sorting through your brain. It's something that's very vivid and means something, and
and your consciousness is telling your physical mind to pay attention.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's lucidity, yeah, and that's good that you do that. You have that ability. You can OBE, but you have to learn to shut your physical mind up. You have to tell it to get out of your way, to just do what it's going to do while you're going out, and leave you alone. And that means to go quiet with it, just to shut it up and allow consciousness to be lucid dream, not lucid dreaming, but lucidly conscious while you go out. You have to be
all the time.
But that's where I get let down, I think.
Just quickly for Dolly and Preston. So myself and a girl I know called Michelle, we've been having shared dreams about intergalactic stuff going on.
And her childhood home.
We're in the twilight, so I think it's an astral projection. I'm with somebody and they're just at my peripheral.
Yeah.
And I know it's female. Michelle's with somebody and it's a male and just out of their peripheral, just behind. We both know this person and her name kept coming up in conversation over and over and over again, constantly. And then we ended up going on the same podcast together with like Liam Holmes, who does the Spooky Shed.
Yeah.
And then we was talking, and then we was on air. I can't remember what we was doing. It was on a Friday, and we're chatting. And
no,
we was
talking the UFO show.
Oh yeah, we was talking about dreams.
Yeah.
And I explaining this wrought iron gate in this dream. I keep going back to this same house, and there's this same guy that keeps popping up. Michelle went, "Oh my God, you just described my childhood home."
Yeah.
Holy cow! Really?
And then, so someone's going to interview us on it. Tommy Cullen from Let's Get Freaky.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that keeps popping up in this dream, and we've kind of worked out that it's her granddad. And she's done pendulum work on this to find out exactly what's going on. We've got all the videos. And if it is true, I'm not saying it is 100% legit, but if it is, it makes sense. If it's not, then you haven't got a clue what's going on. But we've done other stuff that we've not put out there yet. Only me and Michelle know exactly what it is that's been said, the questions that have been asked, and the answers that have been given.
I don't even know.
And the more we go into it, the more sense it makes.
Yeah.
But I would love for you two to come back on when we reveal everything.
Yes.
To get your take on it.
Yes.
If you would.
Molly and I have lots of shared OBEs.
Wow.
It's pretty regular. We'll pop out, and because we live not far from a graveyard, and she's a medium, and it draws people to her. The house is crawling with people. I'm like, okay, what's your name? How did you die? So we're out there constantly clearing the house.
I know. We converse late at night, and I'll see somebody walk by behind him, and I'm like, oh Lord, there's somebody in the house. And I was like, there it goes.
One thing I'll ask though is this white room or this mall world that people seem to be finding themselves in dreams. Has that got anything to do with the extraterrestrial experience, or is that something more earthly? If you get my meaning.
Say what kind of room? Yeah,
it's like mall world or this white room where
the back doors.
Yeah, or the back room. Yeah,
that is.
And you go in and you're in an empty mall, but all the shops in there, it's clean.
Oh my God, that's a lower realm.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I explored those extensively out of body. I'm like, what the heck? Is hell a mall? Because
or a hotel. They even do hotels in the lower realms. It's like it depends on where you're on the level. It's like you either get a pool or you get
California.
Nothing. And it's like,
see, I've had a multi-story building, not a skyscraper, and it's just grey concrete block. It's no windows in it. There's moss growing on.
Yep.
I've touched the moss. I can smell the fresh air. But as soon as I touched the building, I flew straight back. And then as I woke up, I sat up in bed like I was on a springboard. It was all one fluid motion.
Modern architecture around this stuff. Is there a reason for that?
Well, I will tell you something. If it was a big building and it looked like architectural solid, okay,
yes,
that might have been. Okay, I had an NDE when I was young. Okay, and I went to a huge building, and it had on one side of it had a portico, like a big porch, concrete porch around it. And I ended up on that porch, and I was looking out over it, and I could see beautiful fields and animals and trees and stuff. And when I looked up at the sky, it was pure white. Okay. And I saw people to my right that I was related to. They were like trying to come toward me. And then somebody behind me said, Dolly, I love you. Put his hand on my shoulder. He said, but you can't stay. You have to go back. And I was like instantly alert to the fact that, oh no, I like it here. No, I was not. I had been through too much to get to that point. And I said, no, you got to go back. And he started telling me things, but I turned somewhat to look at the building, and you're describing it. It's a huge, huge building.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. And I think that's that's the upper realm. That's the entrance after you pass away.
Oh.
Tell the upper realm. It's beautiful. It's colorful.
Yeah, there was trees, there was moss growing on it, but you could
everywhere.
The lower realms are very urban.
Urban, and like a mall. Some of it's like a mall. They sit in the mall all day long, and just talking to one another or not.
The shared dream ones, I'll just tell you quickly. So I'm just keeping me on the time as well. It's like it's nighttime all the time, and I only know this is because at one point I know in that what was going on. It was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's all like neon lights, these buildings, these shops, but you couldn't go in a shop and buy a loaf of bread or a bottle of soda. They sell stuff to do with what's going on in that realm. You can't buy food. You can't there were no cars. You couldn't go and there's no petrol stations or anything like that. Didn't see any dogs or anything. And it's all very neon and
that's a lower realm.
Mad colours that I've never seen before.
You can't manifest what you really want down there.
Wow.
You can only when it decides you should have. And,
I keep coming back on these 3 houses, and there's a house that I've been dreaming about since as far back as I can remember. So when I go, I'm in that house, and it's kind of like it's my house, but it's not my house.
Right.
And all the rooms are exactly the same every time you go.
Yeah. I've had a couple of relatives who've passed on, and they were down there, and I ended up in the room with them. And it's like that. It felt like my room too, like my house. It was like me as well.
And I'm I
was trying to help them get out. Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I love that.
Glad I've never been there.
It might be to you.
That's going to be my bedroom.
Yeah.
But people can contact you from the other side and try to bring you over to them. If you're OBE, your relatives will say, come, I want to see you.
My mum gets that a lot. My mum gets that a hell of a lot.
I need to look into this more deeply.
Picked up one day. He's seen 2 people that I'm fascinated about. I've always asked him, have you seen an ET on the other side? Right? And he said, I only saw one. And I said, well, tell me about it. You tell him about it. What happened?
He's trying to get to the heavenly realms, which is where it's really nice, but you have to go through this sort of foggy area and kind of bypass these lower realms. And I'm just booking along, moving fast, and I see these 2 little dark dots ahead of me. I'm like, oh, what's that? That almost looks like a person. I'm getting closer and closer. I'm like, yeah, those are eyes. And then I'm zooming past him, and it's a gray alien. Short little guy, really cute, actually.
Wow.
It's made my heart, leap up. I'm like, oh my God. Because I wasn't expecting it, And this little guy kind of turns his head and looks at me like, hey, dude, where are you going? What are you doing?
And he kept going.
I should have stopped.
I said, why do you turn around? Okay,
wow, look, there's a little gray. And I kept going.
I don't understand it. Okay, tell him who else you got to show up.
I don't know. There's a million people. Dolly. Which one are you talking about?
We've got 2 minutes left. So
he wanted Jesus. He wanted to see Jesus for real.
Oh, yeah. I kept trying to see Jesus or Buddha. I'd pop out and be like, Jesus, 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 come to me, come to me. Never happened. And then one day I'm just flying around saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. In gray, by the way. And this man appears and like, no, here's what you do. And he gave me these weird hand movements you have to make. And then, so I did it. And this guy comes flying down at me and I'm like, well, that looks like Jesus. I'm not a really religious guy. I wasn't raised that way, but you kind of recognize somebody when you see them. Didn't look like the classic. He had a very long face and wasn't super duper handsome. Certainly good looking, but very tall, wearing a long robe. And I knew who it was because it's overwhelming love coming from this guy. It was really overwhelming. So kind of overwhelmed me. It was very, very sharp. But I'm like, well, that's him, capital H. It's like, wow, that was so cool.
Oh,
that's it in a nutshell. But
you looked him dead in the face, and you got yanked him out. It yanked him home. That's what happened. So
my mind.
It's always funny to me when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this. It's against the Bible." I'm like, well, actually, all the saints throughout history do this. And these are people you gave sainthood. They've had these experiences. What are you talking about? Mediums were basically, saints in the past.
Prophets, weren't they? They were known as prophets as well.
Yeah.
One question I'd like to ask before we go, because you said the mall realm, the lower realms are very urban, very mall-like. Do you think that's influenced our modern architecture and why, let's say, the powers of be have gone from grand and gothic and beautiful architecture to very oppressive, shall we say?
They didn't influence us. We influenced that situation. Because what you understand or know, whatever generation you are, that's what you're going to go see on the other side. So there's a whole
two-way street too.
Yeah.
It was funny. Some guy contacted me on Reddit and says, "Have you heard of Mall World?" I hadn't heard that other people were talking about this, but I've had so many experiences with it. Where I go there and I was wandering among them, like, "Are you dead?" "Oh yeah, we're all dead." Just asking person after person, "Are you dead?" This little boy, he's like, "Of course we're all dead." Finally, stupid me goes to this table of three ladies and asks them, "Are you dead?" And like, "Yes, we're dead." I'm saying, "Well, I'm not." They all turned and looked at me and gave me the evil eye.
Oh, man.
That was a mistake. I never do that again.
That's time to leave the party. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't talk to anyone next time you go to Preston.
I'm unfiltered sometimes to a fault, so.
Very much
well,
that freaked me out,
massive thank you both again for coming on.
Amazing.
Absolute pleasure as always.
Yeah.
But we'd love to get you back on. We'd love to get you back on soon. Next few weeks and next couple of months.
We love your show. I think you guys are great.
Thank you. You too. Same goes.
So happy.
So great to meet you guys. So great.
And anytime you want us, you just give us a call. Right?
Will do.
Really, thank you so much.
Both of you. And good luck with the book.
Yes.
Symmetry 2 or Symmetry 23. Whatever you want to call it.
That's coming soon.
That's
Yeah.
So good. Oh, but thank you. Honestly, it's an absolute blast when you guys come on. It always is.
Thank you.
So, I'll be in touch and get you back on soon on the UFO files on a Monday. And we can carry on from here if you want.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, I'll have some updates for you as well.
Okay.
With what's going on my side.
Yeah. And I'm glad I know why I'm not seeing or feeling anything at the moment. I wondered what was going on with that. Yeah. I was starting to feel sad. I was like, where have they gone? Come back. I miss you.
They're still there. They just
watching.
You can contact in consciousness with them.
Yeah.
Abilities. If we ask questions, because you'll get answers.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Ooh, right. So I'll be back on Wednesday with Nicole, where we do Encyclopedia of the Unknown. This might be interesting for you guys. I'm going to be talking about the Indigo Children, and Nicole's talking about internet prophecies and creepypastas.
Okay.
So that's at Wednesday at 8:30 UK time, which is 4:30 Eastern time because of the time difference has changed for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then we are back on Friday with Mark Holly on Gateway into the Unknown. So that is everything. So I just want to say massive thank you to you guys again, everyone in the chat, Baby with a Laser, Blazer and Og for doing the moderating. All the new subscribers and tier members, really do appreciate it. And so we do usually every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, but I'm not doing one this Sunday because it's Mother's Day. I'm going to be out and about and it's not worth the risk to say I'm doing a podcast. Just, yeah.
We might be seeing you on the other side otherwise, Andy. Yeah.
You might have to use a Ouija board, put it that way. So, yeah, thanks again. Thank you, everyone. Absolutely loved it. And, yeah, take care and see you guys soon. So, yeah, back Wednesday, 8:30. Take care for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, if I had a spaceship, I'd visit my alien friends. If I had a spaceship, I'd visit my alien friends. If I had a spaceship, I'd visit my alien friends. If I had a spaceship, I'd visit my alien friends. And I could show them Earth, and they take me to the planet. Yeah, and I could show them Earth, and they take me to the planet.